If you don't know who the fuck I am, you piece. Cause Shay moved on.
Oh my god, one containers.
Oh my god, he's still back here. He just got shit on. Oh my god, put them on a boat. Oh my god. Oh my god! Someone fucking clip it! It ain't how to be like this. It don't have to be. Hey, come on, let's go. Yeah, go ahead. You go. You can walk. Go ahead. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Do your fucking thing. Let's go. He left me alone again. Nah, you backstabbing,
Yes!
bitch. Oh my god, get cooked. Oh my god, get cooked. Oh my god, get cooked. Oh my god, get fucking cooked! Get fucking cooked! You got fucking shit on! Get cooked. Get cooked again. Welcome to the fucking Boogie Barbecue! Oh my god, get shit on! Cassie, did you see it?
You. And a stalker? That's what I want to fucking see.
Get him, Shay. Get him.
Oh my the only fucking L is you.
Oh, a cake triple. A cake triple. A fucking cake triple!
Somebody! Oh, get shit on! Oh my god! I just cooked that nigga. Oh, you little camping fucking bitch. Your mom should have fucking followed you.
Pussy.
Oh, there's another one.
Pussy. Should've followed me on Twitch, bitch! I got peanut butter. So the first time I ever started streaming was October 19th of 2022. At that time, I was still a music artist. I think I was just getting verified. We were at like 60, 70, 80,000, somewhere in that range. And we were very active on social media at that time. So I was able to convert some people. I think it was like November 9th, 2022. I think like a week after I like started fucking with shit. I actually posted on my Instagram and all my social media, and at that time I hit I think like 1,000 people in like one day. But the only thing is like people from like music and like streaming, they're two different worlds, and it's hard to convert sometimes. And that's where I fell into the issue of pride, where I was like, man, I got 70, 80,000. I'm popping here on social media, but you know, the views weren't kind of matching the followers. And then I started like getting more and more like, I don't think this is for me type situation. And then I think like 2 weeks went by, and I actually just fully was like, I'm just not going to do this. I'm just focus on music. And at that time, I stopped being a streamer. That was the biggest mistake of my life. I feel like I wish I had been streaming way before that. But in July 2023 was the first time that I had a friend that told me, you know, I should start doing it again. And I was like, fuck it, I'll try it again. So we started in July 7th. By the time we hit July 5th, we were, I'm not July 5th, excuse me. At the 5th month after, you know, streaming in July, then streaming started to pick up for me. At that time, we were running into like I think we were pushing, in the 5 months, we grew like 1,000 followers. We were pushing almost 1,000 subs, and we were moving on to getting into the subathon. So the subathon was a time where I actually brought people into my house, and people that I connected with out like online and through streaming and stuff like that, to come in and, you know, stream and, you know, be able to share an opportunity with me. That'd be my first subathon, where we actually hit 1,000 motherfucking subs. So in 5 or 6 months, we hit 1,000 subs. We grew like 1,000 followers. So I say we were pretty fucking successful. And the biggest thing was consistency. Consistency. That was the biggest motherfucking thing and the downfall of the beginning of my streaming career. So for anybody out there that does want to stream, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is make a fucking schedule and stick to that shit religiously. Because there's people out there that'll come just to see you at this specific time, and they look forward to that shit every single day. And that consistency is what's gonna bring people in. And it's gonna be a start. It's gonna be a slow start. It's gonna be one person, two people, three people. But if you gain one person a week, and 3 months go by, now you already in the 10s, pushing toward the 20s. So if you could just grow one person at a time and stop focusing on the numbers or how many people are viewing you, then you start to grow. Once you love the process and not try to love the numbers, then you start to grow. And another thing about Twitch is a very social based community. You have to be in other Twitch streams. You have to grow with other people. You have to communicate, and have people tabbed, and a lot of that shit breaks down onto how fast your community is actually moving. So there's 3 parts of streaming. That's your funders, which are the people that are going to be subbing, the people that donate bits and donate subs. Then you have your chatters, which are the people that are active in your community that keep you, going, and you could be able to bounce off ideas and stuff off of what people are talking about. And then you have your lurkers, which are huge as well. And a lot of people don't understand that lurking is a huge thing to grow with. And if you have people that are lurking, those people, even though they might not be saying a lot, those people help so much, because by the numbers you get paid by the ads. And also by the numbers helps you, people just to find you in general. If you have 20 people in this category where there's only 10 other people streaming and they got 2 people viewing you, then you stand out at the top. So those 3 are all huge parts of streaming, and all 3 of those make one streaming community. So it's important to focus on all 3 of those situations. I know I'm going into this tutorial of how to build a community, but I also do want to tell you the origin of the downfalls as well, because a lot of people just see the big streamers and where they're at now and the sponsorships, and they don't see a lot of the days you want to give the fuck up, and days that you're mentally not in there, but you still went in that bitch and start streaming. So I've had plenty of those days where you don't want to keep moving forward, but a lot of those days, sometimes you just need to go outside, get some fresh air. Sometimes my mind gets really fucking cloudy, and I can't think straight. And sometimes, you get into that depressed mode. Everybody gets into that depressed mode where you want to either sleep the shit away or, just be like, I'm not doing this shit. But the only thing that keeps me going is that one person that looks forward for your stream notification every single day. And that one person could be having the worst day, even worse than what you going through. And by you starting that stream, you made their day. I don't know who else is like me, but I feed off of other people's energies. I'm most likely happier when I'm making other people happy than, trying to find happiness in myself, if that makes sense. I don't know if there's other people out there like that, but if other people are happy, then I'm happy. But if I'm not being able to, make other people happy, then I become a very depressed individual, and then my mind gets cloudy and I feel like there's no purpose. And you go down this huge rabbit hole of, having to learn yourself and, self-love, and that's a whole different fucking bracket. But it does intertwine with mental health, because being a streamer takes a lot of fucking mental health, because one, sometimes you are talking to yourself, and you might be crazy, you might not be crazy, but that's part of, being a streamer. When you first start, you're going to be talking to yourself, and it does look a little crazy, and it does sound a little crazy. And if you care about what people think about you, then this might not be the profession for you, just being honest. because there's always going to be somebody that comes in your chat that, wants to troll, or there's people in your chat that want to be disrespectful, especially if you have self-conscious, reasonings of like, you being on camera and stuff like that. For me, it didn't really affect me because my life has always been kind of like on camera as an artist and then as a DJ. So to me, that was more of just a natural thing. Like, it doesn't really affect me. But some people do, have their insecurities, and it does affect them and why they don't want to stream. I know some great streamers that, like, they're funny as hell, and they, I feel like they'll be a great streamer, but for some reason there's insecurities that they won't turn the camera on, or they don't want to stream. So, everybody has their reason, and you can't force nobody, to pull that reason out. But that will be going into my next segment of knowing your balance. You have to know your balance. Your balance is so important, from real life, streaming, and then just your mental health, physical health in general. Making sure that you eating right. Make sure that you if you're, a spiritual person, make sure that you still have that connection with God. Make sure that mentally you have the balance to know what real life is and what not real life is. So there's a lot of things. A lot of people don't understand. There's so many brackets and factors of being a streamer that sometimes I feel like it goes over some people's heads. Like, we stay in front of a screen for so long that, it's hard to eat right. Unless you're meal prepping, unless you have shit already like set up to where it's like, all right, I'm gonna drink, a shake in the morning to get all my vegetables or fruits and stuff like that. Then I got, a good breakfast before I start stream so that my head's in a good space. But I also meal prepped last night, so now I got a full meal, and then I also have snacks, because you also always gonna be hungry, especially when you're streaming for long periods of times. I started out streaming very, very long time. A lot of people don't have the opportunity like I did. I was very blessed to be able to have an open schedule because I'm an entrepreneur, and I was able to stream 3 months straight every single day for 8+ hours. That was my streaming schedule. It's insane, I know, but I did that for a reason. I was able to find out what were the best times for me to stream, what were the best days for me to stream, what were the best games for me to stream, and then I was able to make a full schedule upon all the good positive factors, and those factors let me unlock the month 4, month 5, streaming community that I had. And that was all, a strategic attack to, figure everything out. But a lot of people don't understand how much really goes into this. And, you hear it on the internet all the time, like streaming or like a 9 to 5, blah, 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 blah. Bro, streaming is not saying it's nowhere near, harder than a 9 to 5. Like, I've done landscaping for 5 years. I was a master landscaper. I've done construction. I've done, actual like irrigation and shit that you had to do outside, et cetera, et cetera. So I know what hard labor is. Trust me. But streaming is like, it's beyond a 9 to 5. Like, it's beyond, it's basically entrepreneurship in itself. Because one, when you wake up, you have to be networking. When you're streaming, you have to be networking and streaming. After stream, you gotta still network with people. Somewhere in that schedule, you have to find out when is a good time to edit content for you to put on TikTok or, any other platform that you're on, Instagram Reels, etc. When you want to edit YouTube videos, because YouTube is a whole nother ballpark in itself. Like, this is the first time I'm actually, one, telling my story, and two, unlocking YouTube. This is the first time I've actually started, gearing YouTube videos. So, like, I'm all fresh in, don't know shit about YouTube or editing YouTube videos, etc. So we're doing this day by day, and I'm just giving out, information. And if we break it down and it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least I can, try to help somebody. And if it works, I'm glad that I can help. And also, too, is so you guys can see where I start, because I'm always going to, cut the fat and learn how to do shit the right way. So, this is the beginning. You're going to be able to see the editing that I'm doing. You're going to be able to see the footage and the shots that I'm doing. You're going to be able to see all of this shit. So, you literally can see the blueprint on how it works and how it doesn't. And I wish I could have did this from the beginning of streaming, but you know, I wasn't really thinking it would be what it is now. So you know, I'm very blessed. But we can do that with YouTube. So, you know, here's our second chance to be able to, you know, do YouTube and show you guys more information on, you know, I'm not a professional, you know, but like I'm going to show you what worked for me because it did. And we built an amazing community. And if you're not part of that community, make sure you join that Discord. It's going to be in the description. We are very loving. We are welcoming. And, you know, we help people get affiliated. We help people grow in general. We do have a 5M server. So if you're into like playing GTA and stuff like that, we have an amazing server. You know, it's all TOS friendly, obviously, because it's built on a Twitch community. So if that's something you're looking forward to, make sure you come through and, you know, come say hi. We're loving. We're a very, very, very loving community. And if you need somebody to hang out with, we are the fucking people for you because we love to crack jokes. But, you know what I'm saying, we do, you know, crack jokes a lot. So, like, you can't be too sensitive, you know, but, you know, we have fun, man. We laugh, we have fun. That's all the, you know, that's the whole goal of life is to have fun and, you know, be happy. So we try to help as many people as we can as possible. So, like I said, I'm new to this. So now I'm just yapping on, you know, shit that comes to my head. So we're going to go backwards where we got the opportunity to do our subathon. Our subathon was, I think we did 3 days. I think it was 3 days. In those 3 days, we had a lot of things that we had to deal with. I had a bad issue with my internet connection. I used to live in Tampa Bay, Florida, and we got hit by that hurricane that everybody knows about that fucked up St. Pete, because that's exactly the real location of where I was living was, you know, St. Pete. But a lot of people don't know where St. Pete is, so we just say Tampa. But St. Pete got hit by this big-ass hurricane, and my fucking Wi-Fi was ass for so fucking long. So we had a lot of issues. We had a couple people that I grew strong relationships with from my community that flew out to join me in my content house. It was amazing, man. It was a great fucking time. But, you know, the devil always got his works, you know, cut out. So in that situation, we bought a new router. We bought what else did we buy? We bought a new router, a new modem. We tried new Ethernet cords, everything. My internet had went out for like, I think it was like 6-7 hours in the middle of a subathon. Like, it can't get worse than that. Middle of subathon. Subathons are like peak fucking viewership, like peak activity. You're doing so much shit. At that time, that's when we first introduced being able to stream on the move. That's when I bought this. We bought the S24 Ultra Galaxy. This is the streaming phone that everybody uses. Big streamers to do their IRL shit, and we were able to branch off into like doing IRL and desktop. Like, I literally could just click a button and it would switch for me. So we were everywhere. We were outside. We were doing we was at a roof bar, in the jacuzzi. Like, it was fire. Like, we was killing it. And then boom, the devil wants to attack. And I'm very used to the devil attacking. So, you know, it was kind of like downing, but I was still with a lot of great people that kept the mental toughness for me high. And then we kept moving. In that time, we did hit 1,000 subs. I think we were streaming for only, 5 months going on 6. So we did in 5 months hit 1,000 subs, which it was a huge thing for me. And doing it so early was just showing like how great my fucking community was. So with us being able to break that, we also broke so many records with hitting the highest peak of viewership I've ever had. The highest average, everything was broken in that subathon. So that was a huge turn for us, where I was like, all right, this shit is real and I need to attack. So in that time, now it was time for me to make a decision if I wanted to stay in Tampa Bay or go to Atlanta, where I knew a lot of big streamers. And I knew that I could, have some kind of collaboration and, it would help me grow as a creator. And that's when I made the decision to come to Atlanta, Georgia, where I grew up. I love fucking Atlanta, Georgia. And we ended up coming back here. As you see, if you are new, you don't know, but if you're not new, you know that we are in a different location. We have a full room. As you see, we just like moved in. So like you see my bed is here, there's no frame and stuff like that. We have, nothing on the walls yet. Like I have all this shit on the side that I gotta move. We got our sign and our desk right there. That's where Ozzy stays. If you don't know who Ozzy is my bearded dragon. So he stays back there, and then we're gonna put shelves all around this shit. So it's gonna be fire, but this is the beginning. So I want you guys to see raw products, and then there's Corona, my little baby. See my little baby. I do have 2 cats and a dog as well. Yes, I do have a zoo, but they're huge parts of the stream. Everybody loves them. But we chose to move to Atlanta because there's a lot of collaborations and there's a lot of more opportunities here in the streaming world than Tampa. So in that time, when we landed here, I was in a short-term place, and I had no fucking internet. Like the internet came out through like the wall of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like an actual like router and modem. Like it had like a fucking jack in the wall. Like it wasn't enough, and I had 2 PCs, so it wasn't enough to power my streaming and my gaming PC. It was only enough to like power my gaming PC, so I was not able to stream at the quality that I usually do. So for a month I could not do anything. So at that time, everybody knows, like I said, consistency is fucking key. So the fall off started to begin, if you want to say like that. Like it felt like I was gone for so long. When I came back, it wasn't the same. But the first stream that I came back, it was all love. Like we was in the 30s, and I think we peaked out at like 40 something. But right after that, the next day, it just went like down, and we were back like averaging like 20. And we was already almost pushing 40s and stuff like that. So mentally, it was one of those the other like mental times that I was telling you guys about, where you got to just lock in and be like, all right, I'm not worried about numbers and stuff like that. Because even for me, it's hard to, like, if I'm averaging 30, 40 and I look down and I got 9 people, mentally, like, it's going to fuck with you. Like, there's no secret. I can't tell you that there's any kind of way that, it's not going to fuck with you, because it will fuck with you. And, for like a week, going on 2 weeks, I had to just mentally be like, look, I have a great community, and maybe they just don't think I'm back, or like you gotta play mind tricks for yourself, and then you kind of get over that hump, and you're like, fuck it. I remember when I had 2 people in here, 3 people in here, so then you start to, like, the wheel starts to spin again. But it's hard, man, and mentally it does fuck with you, and I'm not gonna lie, ain't no way around that. That's just human nature. So once we got here, I started to, like I said, I wanted to start doing more content creation. So then I started brainstorming on being a YouTuber as well as a streamer. A lot of people start as YouTubers and then go into streaming. I think I did it backwards, because I started with Twitch and then I moved to YouTube. So like I said, everybody's story is different. Every blueprint is different. I started with Twitch first, and now we're moving to YouTube, which is with this first video you're going to see. I'm starting a brand new YouTube, and it's going to do nothing but show you the way that I did shit, and, what worked for me, and all the things that I use, and any kind of secrets or, like, tricks that I had to, building an amazing community. And, hopefully it helps. Like I said, I'm not a fucking professional YouTuber yet, or whatever the fuck, that even means, but I got a camera, and I also do have another camera that I shoot all of my cinematic vlogs and shit on, and I'll show you guys that. So this is my Sony A7 III, and this is what we shoot our my cinematic vlogs and everything that you're gonna start seeing, because I want to create like cinematic vlogs, whereas like the B-roll is like high end, and then whatever I'm talking about, we can switch to this scene where it's like my actual like Twitch scene, and then we also have a Sigma 50 mil lens that we shoot all of our clips with, cause I like close shots. Like I love like that crystal clear close shot. I don't like far shots. I'm not a fan of far shots. So that's just my style. Like I said, everybody has their own style. That's my style. Once you guys see like the clips that I'm, creating, the idea is I want cinematic vlogs where it's like I got B-roll and like everything is high quality and stuff like that. And I want it to look like movies. So, I'm learning how to shoot, and I'm shooting everything myself. There's nobody here. Like, I'm the shooter and I'm the editor. So like I'm learning how to use ISO. I'm learning how to use the camera. I'm learning how to, edit. I'm learning how to use all types of shit that I've never done before. But that's what happens when you want to be a full-time creator. You have to do a lot of shit unless you have the money to pay for it. And to be honest, it's not that hard. You just got to really just dive in and just learn and take education in and just practice. I'm not perfect, but I do see myself getting better the more that I do it. So that's another thing. Just start, man. Start. That is the bottom line is you got to fucking start and see if you can do it or not. And if you can't do it, then okay, outsource it. But if you can do it, like snap the fuck in and do the shit. Point blank, period. Stop making excuses. Procrastination was my biggest downfall for all of this, from streaming, from YouTube content creation. Everything was me being like, oh, I'll do this shit tomorrow. Oh, it's not that bad. It'll take me 30 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. And then I don't do it because something comes around, and then I got a bad headache, and then I'm like, I'm not doing it. Or I wake up late, and then boom, it's time to stream. So now I can't do it. So you got to really just tap in. And a lot of times I know it's hard. So something that helped me was I made sure that people in my community would hold me accountable. So if I'm late for stream, I got 3-4 texts. Yo, it's 5 minutes. Where you at? Blah, 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 blah. If I say I'm dropping a video today, they're going to be like, yo, where the video at? Like today's Tuesday. I'm off. Okay. Like, what are we doing? Are we editing? I got people that hold me accountable. And when you place people in these positions, they got to be people that are not yes men. They got to be on your ass. And that's the only way, it's helped me, because I know I procrastinate, but if I hear it 2-3 times, then it's like, all right, I got to tighten the fuck up. Or if you surround yourself around people that are also trying to be content creators, then that energy also feeds off, and then it goes to you as well. It's like, oh, damn, this nigga got 2-3 videos. Like, okay, boom. Now I'm lagging. Now I got to get my videos and stuff going. Then it starts to become kind of like a friendly little competition, So that's helped me, when it comes to getting content done and created. So maybe that'll help you, get into a circle. Like I said, we have an amazing community. If you want to join our Discord, you can. So we are a very friendly community, but we don't, we are very we're a bully-free zone, and anything that's TOS against TOS, we don't condone in. But like I said, if you're just really a good person and want to find some other good people that'll help you grow, then we are the community for you. So breaking it down once again, backtracking, because I just yap, and like I said, the videos won't be this long. This is just me getting shit off my head, trying to help you guys as much as I can. Coming to Atlanta, I'll have a lot of opportunities. So then I did that. And then, starting the YouTube, would help me, start to grow more on social media and be able to then work with other people as well. Because I am starting another Instagram just for like Twitch and stuff like that. Because as you guys know, I do have a really big Instagram from my music and my DJing and doing all the tours and working with celebrities and stuff like that. But I don't want that to bleed into my Twitch stuff, because I feel like they're just two different worlds. And if you mix the people together, people are not interested in Twitch stuff, or Twitch stuff not interested in, you know, the music that you're making or whatever, then you like kind of like lose people, or the interest in the niche doesn't really go to who it's supposed to go to. So I'm just gonna split them up. I've seen so many creators do that, especially on YouTube, where it's like live, clips, and then like regular vlogs and stuff like that. So we're gonna do the same thing, and hopefully, you know, that works, because we're all trying to figure the YouTube and algorithm and everything out together. Like, nobody knows the full fucking blueprint. They know ideas, but like other people, some of those ideas don't work for, you know. But all we could do is give it a try. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna break it down, try to like niche it together, and see if that helps us grow. So that's what we're doing, man. We're here. This is the origin story of like just me streaming in general. I've only been doing it at this point going on 8 months now. So I don't really have much to, you know, to be like, yo, I did this or I did this, because right now at this point I'm not partnered, and you know, at this point I have not averaged 50 people. You know, at this point, you know, we still, you know, we still grinding, man. We, you know, even when we make it, we still gonna grind. But you know, I'm only could give you from a small creator standpoint. This is what I did in this amount of time, and this is how I did it. That's all I can give you guys. So if you enjoyed this and you think that, you know, these kind of videos can help, make sure you like, subscribe, you know, and then also drop a comment. Let me know, like, if I'm fucking talking too much, or like, should I get straight to the point, or, you know, if there's any, I want creative criticism. I want that I'm not a sensitive person. Like, I want to know how I can make these better, or how can I help you guys more. What do you want to learn about that I do, you know, especially if you watch my streams. Like, I'm gonna be doing a full like transformation of my studio, and I'll show you guys all of that. I'm gonna give you guys a full like tech setup video as well, so I show you exactly what I've used, especially if you're trying to use a dual PC setup. It took me forever to learn. There wasn't very great videos out there, so I'm gonna try to dumb it down as best as I can, because I do have a dual PC setup, and it works very smooth together, as well as, you know, me being able to record off of OBS and stream at the same time, so I could get high quality videos. I'm gonna show you guys all of the stuff I do, all the gear stuff, like all that's gonna come together. But for this one, I just want to let you guys know, it's fucking possible. You can do it, man. I did it. It's been going on 7 months now. Really, I took a month off, and there was another month where like it was like on and off situation because of my internet. So really, in the 7 months I've been doing it, it's really been like 5 months, and we've hit all types of crazy shit. Like I said, we've broken records. We've hit over 200 viewers before. We've averaged over 100 one time when we was streaming. And the subathon, like I said, I don't really count those because subathons always go fucking crazy. And then we also hit 1,000 subs, man. So like we did all this in like a 5-month period of time, and I built this amazing community. No matter what game I'm playing, they're there to support me. I built the GTA server, and they're in there hanging out, and that community has been amazing as well. So I built a great community, and I did it slowly, on purpose, because I knew the people that I would grab, and it would be quality people and not the quantity of people. And it was the best decision I could make, and my advice would be to do the same for you. Pick a fucking time. Make sure you there on time. You know, schedule what you want to do. Make sure that you schedule in content creation. You're recording those VODs. You're taking those VODs, chopping them up, putting them on YouTube 2 or 3 times a week. Make sure that you get like a fluent little schedule, man. And you could do the same thing that I've been doing. And, you know, we could all help each other. Like I said, join the Discord. If you have any more questions, just hit us up, man. We are a loving community, and we are there to hear you out. No questions are dumb questions. Only the questions that are not asked are dumb. You feel me? So I appreciate you guys, man. I love you guys. I go by the name Shay Bxxgie. I am an official DJ and Twitch streamer, and now might be a motherfucking YouTuber. So if you like this, make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, that corny shit. Hey, I'm Shay Bxxgie, man. See you on the next one.